Welcome to the video that summarizes the changes to the RE25, and this is our property condition disclosure form. Very minimal changes to that, or this particular form this year. The very first one deals with a private septic system. There is a line that has been added to address that, or if there's the fact that there's a shared drain field. The second and last change to this form came here, and this talks about a condominium owners association or a homeowners association. It is now there's a specific line to identify what those. First of all, is there one, or are there any remarks about one that a seller can provide? This line was the subject of some conversation by the committee this year because they were hoping to address the issue of we know that in our purchase sale agreements that certain homeowner associations have certain fees that they charge for all sorts of things. The buyer that is making an offer on a property rarely has access to that information to complete it in the purchase and sale agreements when they make their offer. The committee spent some time and in fact drafted some examples where a seller could include that in this document. They felt that it would be prudent for a seller who is going to have the most reasonable access to that information to go ahead and include it in the RE25. However, that was not done because the RE25, we know that every time it gets amended, it resets some timelines down here with an amended disclosure form that allows a seller to actually cancel a transaction if there are certain amendments made. So the committee wanted to be very careful with that language, and that's statutory, by the way. If there is a change, a buyer gets to cancel. So the committee was very cautious. So you want to be very careful when putting lines in the RE25 because every time it's changed, you're essentially giving the buyer an opportunity to cancel the transaction. So at the end of the day, the committee did not feel it was appropriate to specifically have a line in here that talked about what are your annual dues, is there a transfer fee, how much, etc., because those things have a tendency to change frequently. However, I can tell you that in practice, what the committee talked about doing and what we heard a lot of comments on is that the remarks section that's here, you have this field over here. So if you have a seller who knows for sure what their transfer fee is, what their annual fees are, things of that nature, they can place it here in the remarks. Just don't do it if you're not positive about what that information is, because once it's learned that the HOA fees were different, the seller, of course, will have to amend this document. So that was the point of having this line in here in the first place, and hopefully that will help with the transactions and some of the disclosures that need to be made.